Every commercial casino in the United States will be shut down in an effort to help slow the spread of the coronavirus. The closures mean more than 649,000 workers now out of jobs. Wynn Resorts was among the first to lay off employees as a result, and Contessa Brewer had a chance to speak to the company's CEO. She joins us now with more on the story. Good morning, Contessa.
Hi there, Joe. Good to see you. Listen, you know, Matt Maddox, the CEO of Wynn Resorts, had experience in Macau last month when the casinos there shut down. And he knew, given his experience there and what the casino went through in 2008 at the height of the financial crisis, he knew it was in his company's best financial interest to keep paying the workers, even though the casino would have to close down. He was the first casino in the United States to say, we're going to shutter our doors. And he said, all 15,000 employees, 13,000 of whom are hourly wage workers, will get paid. And I asked him about that.
The idea that they've been told within a week that there is a pandemic in the United States and you need to stay home, and now you're laid off and you have financial uncertainty, that combination is untenable. And so for me, what I wanted to do was to take that anxiety out of our 15,000 people. So we're not only paying their salaries and wages, we're paying them what we think they would have earned in tips during this period of time. And the reason, Contessa, is we don't think of payroll as an expense. It's an asset. We're investing in our culture.
He says his lesson from Macau is that the tide will turn. China has a get back to work message that's going out right now. There are still problems because tourism visas are not being issued for Macau. The ferry's not running, but all his employees, or pretty much all of them, are back at work. He says visitation is up to 10% of what it was before. And he says there's a real feeling that the optimism is returning here, Joe.
Contessa, like so many businesses, trying to think of what do casinos have besides people? They got those crappy chips. Actually, those $100 chips are I'd like to have a few of those. But really, what do they have besides their employees? Those are the key assets of the company, right? So, I mean, the guy's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
How's he paying for it?
Okay, that's a great question. One, they're cutting costs. They've asked all of their directors and executives to exchange salary for stock so that they can preserve their cash flow. But of course, it means they're getting more stock than they would have with share prices at what they were a month ago. The other thing is, he says the government has to pitch in here. He's got a runway, but he said he can't pay for his people forever. Here's what he told me about what he's lobbying for.
I love the small and medium-sized business plan where if you use those funds to pay salaries, you will get a grant. Basically, it's written off. And for large employers, because that's what we're large employers, we should be able to borrow money to pay salaries and wages of our line-level staff and healthcare benefits. And then once we're reopened and out of this, we should pay it back.
But look, his big message from the soapbox here is that it pays to keep your workers on, even if it's short-term pain, that if the government could support companies to keep their people employed, it makes a lot more sense when it's time to reopen.